All right, highs and lows. I guess I'll start off. The low is that classes have started for me. So I'm getting into like really crappy Zoom call hours, like 5 hours a day of just looking at a computer. But the high is that I'm starting to go on morning runs now. So we're feeling pretty good mentally. I'll pass it on to Zach, who is our newest addition to our team.
Okay. Do I start with lows?
Either.
All right. I'll start with highs actually. I'm working with Care for Them now, which is pretty cool. Uh, Pretty exciting. Uh, Lows. Hmm. I'm pretty hungry right now. I can't think of anything more low than that in the past week.
Yeah, I'll go. So probably my high is going to be, the fact I got to do 2 interviews with Ms. Lukaszewicz and Dr. Kinzer today. Went really well. Today, Jonathan was with me and he did a terrific job. And yeah, it went really well. It was really informative. And, they both the individuals also told us that they would be happy to kind of look over our curriculum to make it engaging and all that. So yeah, probably my low was I had a BC Calc test. It was on Taylor series, and I think I kind of put a oof on this one. Both Josh and I would say, but don't worry, we will bounce back stronger than ever.
All right, I can go next. All right, so hi. I've been playing a lot of tennis this week, just feeling good just to get back out there. And I'm excited. This is like my second week back to playing just because they closed down the facilities for like through the 3 week span, like a couple weeks ago. So excited to play that, get back to playing again. And yes, the Aditya, me and Aditya did an interview with Dr. Kinzer today. It was really good. It was nice to finally like be part of an interview and like see how it kind of works and stuff. So that was cool. My low is that I sprained my foot. Ironically, that I said I was happy playing tennis again, and while playing tennis, I sprained my foot. So that's my low. I think I'm gonna be out for like a week, 2 weeks. Shouldn't be something too bad, but I'm just glad that nothing was fractured. So
Great.
Um,
Hope everything gets better.
yeah, for sure. Um, so I guess my high is that I started a new book. I'm very excited about it. I've gotten like a chance to do more reading, um, since life is not as crazy as it was before, which is kind of weird and ironic. But today's been like a pretty busy day, which is probably my low. So I just came back from playing tennis, and I'm going back after our meeting. So it's kind of like my usual Wednesday for you. So, I mean, Wednesdays are always pretty busy, but yeah, I love tennis. I'm glad that Jonathan's back to playing tennis. I'm sorry that you sprained your foot. I hope it gets better.
thank you, appreciate it.
All right, sweet. We can get started with just talking about the week. This week's going to be kind of busy for us because we have those two pretty important meetings. One of them, I think, is going to happen on the weekends, and then this one on Thursday night. So tomorrow. And so that's going to be where we can kind of plan out ahead of time the webinar event and like sort of some of the just the goals of what we want to do with it. I kind of started on the presentation, but it probably doesn't look very good. It probably is very far from the finished product, but that's that, and we're gonna work on it tomorrow. And then a couple of other things that's gonna be happening pretty soon are just some planning things out for what Zach's going to be doing and also what we're actually going to offer in the summer, because some things are lining up and we kind of want Jonathan to get started with all the advertising that we kind of need a pretty concrete idea on like what this all is going to look like. I also talked with Carrie Miller and she was like, well, once you get a plan of what it's going to look like, we can go and set up some sort of piloting group of students to go and test out your entire plan, your entire curriculum. And so once like that all gets planned out, I think we're gonna roll pretty quick. And also that'll all help with volunteering and being able to utilize our volunteers. So those are just the things that are up and coming. Does anybody have any like announcements they want to make?
We're going to be having a curriculum meeting on Sunday, probably at 10 p.m., which is quite late on a Sunday. So I'll be sending out some info about that later.
Yeah, Jeremy. And I know you and I are going to talk about this tomorrow, but we need to get the 1023 going in because tax season's coming up. And how are we doing with the bylaws too?
Yeah, that's definitely something that we should get like restarted with. And then that'll hopefully help with the easy form. I'm pretty sure the tax form isn't the 1023. I could be wrong, but I think both of them are we should probably talk about that.
I have a couple announcements. So I received most of the videos. Some people still haven't sent them to me, but it's okay. I'll just put the people that I have together. I'll put the video that should be out by this weekend. And then I put a list of ideas together of what I'm going to start posting. So once I put the video out, I'm going to be posting at least 2-3 times a week. Just stuff to get people engaged on social media. And obviously if you guys have any feedback or anything that you would like me to post, just reach out and let me know. Sometimes I might ask you guys or approach you guys just for an update on like what you're doing so I could post on that. But that's basically it. And then like I said, I'm assuming Jeremy, I'll probably contact you about this, but like for the webinar and stuff, like the event, like that's gonna be pretty important in terms of like putting stuff out on social media. So we can talk about that more, but it would be nice to get like a general idea and like just brainstorm like the types of things that I should post because that's going to be pretty important. So
I have a question on the topic of video. Do you need that for me?
Yeah, actually, I haven't put it together yet, Zachary. So if you want to send me a video, that would be perfect. So
what specifically is what type of video am I making?
All right, so basically it's like I know it's kind of delayed, but it's basically so I started a series, like I was starting a series called like Get to Know the Team. So it's basically just like every once in a while I'll make a video and send out a series of like questions, like 2 or 3 questions. It'll take like 2 or 3 minutes. All you have to do is just take a video of yourself just answering the questions and just send it to me, and I'll put kind of like a collage together so people can get to know us better. So the first one is Christmas themed and like New Year's themed. Like I said, I know it's a little bit late for this, but I was still gonna post anyway. So basically, the questions were, I have it in the general chat if you need to go back and look, but the questions were just, what's your favorite Christmas gift you've ever received? What's your favorite Christmas movie? And what's your New Year's resolution? So just those 3 questions. Like I said, it should only take like 2 minutes. So I don't need like a really long answer. So if you can get that to me, that would be awesome.
Yeah, and one more thing, Zach, before I forget, can you send like a headshot of you to Josh and then with that like in 100-word mini bio on like who you are to Josh as well?
Okay.
Sweet. Anything else? Any ideas to get the board? I know like we're kind of separate from them, but any ideas? I'm curious what y'all are thinking. How do we get the board chat revived? How do we get the board revived in general?
I think we really kind of I know the people on the board right now like Pratik, Ashwin. I know Mira's like really busy because she's in like that 6-year BSMD program too. But I think just we should probably have like an energetic person on the board. I'm looking at Jonathan right now. Got to infuse some of that Jonathan energy in that. And I think, maybe like kind of like a short, like the poll thing, or something, just to kind of get them to look at Slack more often too.
You said poll?
Yeah, like don't you do that thing, Jeremy, like that yes no thing, like on it's like the survey thing, yeah.
Just send us random survey like
Yeah, just literally send
no
like a
random
random survey.
question.
Yeah, try to make, maybe make it funny here and there. Maybe make it inappropriate too. I mean, JK, but something to, get some more eyes on that page. Because I think, once we get the more eyes on the page, it will become like a mental thing. People will start looking at it much more.
Interesting. Good idea.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Jeremy, didn't you send out that like trivia type thing in the chat that I saw? Like I don't know if that was, I forget which chat that was, but like I agree with the details idea. I was gonna say the same thing, like just stuff that you can do through Slack, just because that'll get them to check their messages on the actual app more. So that'll definitely make them more engaged. And then I don't know, I know we don't really run the board meetings, like we put Rohan for that. But what I was gonna say is, how like we were coming up with the idea of like every Wednesday, like not every Wednesday, like one Wednesday of every month, we were just gonna have a day where we just like play games and just have fun, just like relax. And then the other three are productive. I feel like maybe we can do something, just throwing an idea out there, maybe something like that for the board too, even though they don't meet as much. Like just something along those lines, maybe it'll make it more fun for them.
That's a really good idea. I like that.
Yeah, I agree with Jonathan. Maybe we could also have like sort of like an extra meeting. That's what I was gonna say, where it doesn't have to be like a structured board meeting, but it could just be kind of like, I don't know, fun, like what Jonathan said.
Yeah.
I have an idea. I've found that every server is better and more energetic with a memes channel. So maybe.
Yeah, that's just exactly what I was gonna say too. And Zach, yeah, I know you're pretty good at sending over memes. So yeah.
A memes channel, like we make our own memes.
Make them or steal them and share them,
I'll write that down. Yeah. Another off-topic note. So what that was I was testing out some Slack features because I do want to host some sort of friendly competition in the future during like off time. But basically it downloaded a couple, and what's his name? Zach is a huge part of this. He's running like something on Discord. And if Discord runs well, we might make the transition, but we're like trying to test out Slack and really like milking all the features out. But basically I downloaded this one Slack game called, I forget what it's called, but it's like trivia something that if you type in like the slash command and then trivia, blah, you can get a game going. So I was testing that sort of stuff. Feel free to test out that stuff yourselves. Go on like the random channel or the management one, and then spam all you want with the slash. Like play around with it. There's a bunch of like cool features that we don't really know about, but could be useful. Potentially might be useful. Probably not though. But we'll see how those go. And then one more thing. How do you guys like these meetings? I have two ideas on how to make these meetings better, but I want to hear your thoughts first.
So far I like it.
Yeah, I think, because it's Wednesday, 7 o'clock, it's become like a routine. I've always, set aside about 30 to 45 minutes, every, Wednesday for our meetings. So I think, we should keep it, if it works, well for everybody, just keep the Wednesdays at 7 o'clock. That's kind of from my end.
Like, how are these meetings in terms of the stuff that we go through, like the actual meeting itself? The format, the way it's run.
I mean, I like it. I think that is a like quick way to just like check in with everyone. whenever they're here, just see what each person is doing, what they're up to, and just kind of like give updates to everyone. I like the idea also doing like the highs and lows thing because we're just checking on everybody, make sure they're okay. I feel like maybe like if you wanted to, because like on the days that we're like really productive and we're talking about a lot of stuff and getting stuff done, we could do like a couple of icebreakers if you want, just to like just do a little like a quick break. But I like the way it's run too. Like we're like quick, efficient, and we get stuff done. So, but that's just an idea because I know that we do that in some of my classes sometimes. Just it's just like a quick like questionnaire or something that just like gives everyone's minds a break because I know we are talking about a lot of stuff. So
Yeah, I think, adding on this note too, I think, good majority of our meetings, it's gotten very productive in the sense that, we're really getting our ideas out. And even though those ideas, might not be the final path we decide to take, I think, encouraging that environment for everyone to share ideas, perspectives, can go a long way.
Cool. So in general, what I'm hearing is like it's going pretty well. We could induce or like encourage some more discussion and also some more casual stuff. Is that the general vibe? Yeah. Okay. Mila, was that like a
It was a yes.
oh, okay. So I was thinking I like both of those ideas. And the way I kind of thought of how to like encourage more of it was instead of doing sort of reporting at the beginning, instead of doing like the report, because I feel like that a lot of it is done just like it's just a waste of words, I feel like. Would y'all be cool with kind of like typing in what you want to report each week ahead of time in our management slot? Just like one by one, clean, right beforehand, just what you've been working on and what you plan to do ahead in the chat. Then we'll all take a look and then maybe something that if you wanted to discuss something, maybe also add in a line that says, I want to discuss this. And that way, like during these meetings, we can be like even more like quick with it. And then we could probably add in some icebreakers as well. And so basically these meetings would turn into just straight discussion and then with a summary at the end. Obviously doing the highs and lows, but the meat of it would just be discussion. Like the sharing of ideas.
I think that would be good. Yeah.
Yeah, I do too. And I mean, as we start to progress more in a business too, I think a good way to kind of outline some of the meetings or, pertaining meetings is probably to, kind of list like a, something we could work on or like a problem or something like that. And, have everybody share their ideas, towards, fixing that problem or that recommendation, something like that. That was just kind of like a way to structure. That's what I was thinking.
So what would be one of those problems?
Yeah, like for example, let's say that the tax day is coming up, right? So, or we need to create our bylaws. So kind of like just list it like right from the beginning. This is what we need to do. And then you kind of encourage ideas from there on. It's kind of like what you're doing right now, Jeremy. It's just, I think you should kind of make that a little bit more apparent. Yeah.
Got it. So like ahead of time, just list something out.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
yeah, I was gonna say I think if we do that, it would save time too. So I definitely agree.
Cool. All right. Any ideas? Anything anybody's been thinking about? Any of that? Anything that we can bridge into, explore?
Okay, so I had a question. So the presentation for the webinar, I was gonna say, is that something that's like we're all doing together? Because I was gonna say, like, I'd be willing to help you 100% with that because I'm gonna have time this weekend, so I can like help you put it together.
Yeah, for sure. I was gonna put it together like a really rough draft of it, super raw today, and then just share it with y'all tomorrow night. Get a lot of thoughts, and then during that kind of period, like edit it all out
Oh,
and
okay, yeah, not really finish it, but like basically we should be able to get a lot of stuff done during whatever hour slot we planned out. That was my initial idea, although we'll see. And then if we can't like get all that stuff done, for sure. Do you want me to host like an editing? Would y'all want like an editing night? Something like that. And because we could probably with an event like that, we could probably target end of February because we should be able to have it pretty much planned out by the end of tomorrow and then edit it out. Takes a week. We could probably start advertising already. Would that sound cool if we had like, depending on how much we get done, like an editing night?
Are you referring to like video editing?
No, like just presentation editing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think that's a great way to encourage everybody to, work on the presentation, and get everybody's ideas. A time when everyone can, collaborate too.
Sort of going off of what you said, I think that we should start having some like clear timelines on like projects in general. And I know that can be difficult because we all have a lot going on, but I think that would give everyone a sense of what's going on, when, and how they need to plan their projects around a certain project, you know? So I just think that we should, and that also could help us get more done. You know, if we're like, this needs to be done by next week at this day, then like that can be done then, you know?
Yeah, definitely. One thing that was like a tough problem that we kind of dealt with teams of like coordinating those due dates because it takes like a certain amount of responsibility and time on Slack to really coordinate that sort of stuff. What would y'all like recommend to do with that? One thing that Zach kind of figured out, which was really good, was I'm not sure how you did it, Zach, but planned out some sort of event on Google Calendar so that y'all could all like press one button and it gets sent to your calendar. That could be an option. We tried putting in an app on Teams, and there are apps like that on Slack. But that just requires you guys, like every single one of you, to check that repeatedly because that sort of thing is like a third party app and it's like separate. Out of those two options, like, are there any other kind of ways we could do that?
I have an
Or
idea.
yeah,
So I've seen this this I guess app, this website called Monday.com. It's basically like a team planning website where you just have like this whole workflow. You can set a status of like done working on it, stuff like that, and you just have everything in front of you. It's very intuitive, and I haven't looked into it a lot, but it seems like it could be pretty helpful for this kind of stuff.
Yeah, Monday.com. I was gonna just mention that too. That's also a really nice way for project management. Jeremy, not just Jeremy, but everybody else in the group, can show the status. How much more time we need to complete a project. What priority is it? With respect to the due dates and things like that. So if you wanted to really streamline the project management aspect, you should try Monday.com. And I would also encourage people to also engage more too.
yeah, definitely. I just checked. They actually have a Monday.com Slack app that we can just implement in. All right, cool. Yeah, I like that suggestion. We can do that. And Zach, if you also teach me how to do the calendar stuff, we could use that too. Do you all use Google Calendar? Because that would be helpful. We could just like, I don't know, press that.
Yeah, I can work with you whenever. I'm basically always free, so just call on me and I'll be ready.
All right, sweet. All right, any other great ideas?
Yeah, Jeremy, I wanted to ask you, how are we doing, with regards to filling the last 2 slots available on the board?
I haven't looked into it. Would you like to?
Yeah, one area that I was thinking was if you could maybe have somebody, maybe I would really like to, maybe get somebody from, who did like Breakthrough Pittsburgh or something, somebody, who has been in their program. I mean, somebody who's really excited about, healthcare and, education. Is there a way maybe you could reach out to like Carrie Miller or something, asking if she knows any students who might be interested in joining us?
Yeah, that's definitely a good idea. Definitely. Any other ideas?
So yeah, sort of a question, sort of like a point of discussion. You said that we would try to have that first Zoom potentially by like February, the end of February, right?
Yeah.
Okay, because when I initially talked to like the like vaccine webinar presenter, I said like tentatively end of February, so I could just let her know early ahead of time that we're gonna push that date back. So
Yeah, that works. At the same time, we could, it's very aggressive. It would be possible to do that like 1 week. We could have the promotional event probably like the 20th, and then the next week, like 27th, have the vaccine webinar. Would that be manageable? I don't know. Jonathan, how much do you think you can get done? That would be like a really busy month. That'd be a busy month for all of us.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I mean, I'm always willing to post and stuff. Like I can do it. It's just like I would probably need a little bit of help in terms of like brainstorming what to post for that event, just because like I want to make sure that it's good, just because it's something that's really important. But like definitely, like if I come with ideas, I'll be down to like do as much work as I need to do to like get that stuff done.
Yeah, Jeremy, since my college apps are all done, right, all out of the way, and I really want to make sure senioritis doesn't hit too soon. I can definitely, help out in that aspect. So you just literally whatever you need me to do, in these next 3 or 4 weeks, I can definitely, make some time to help out in whatever way I need. So just let me know if anybody needs any help. I can try to help.
Yeah.
no, go ahead, go ahead.
Currently, I haven't started anything, so I have. You can use me however you want. That sounded weird. I'll do whatever you need me to do.
So I feel like we're gonna need some more time to figure out exactly what we're gonna want to do for that. I'm not 100% sure if a month is going to be enough, but I would probably have to start. I don't know. Maybe like
Yeah, I mean, I think tomorrow,
but
like
we have
we'll
to
be able
start
to,
like tomorrow.
yeah, tomorrow's like we'll be able to figure out a lot of stuff tomorrow, and we'll probably have a good idea on like what's going to be feasible, what's not going to be feasible tomorrow. So I feel like it'd be okay to like decide it tomorrow and then like just see where we're at, because I feel like the promotional thing is going to be really rough, but then we can like hone in all our energy onto that, which is literally just advertising energy. Once we know how the logistics works, how everything's gonna be planned out, I think it's gonna be pretty much okay. Should be. And then yeah, we'll have a pretty good idea tomorrow.
Yeah, Mila, and if I can help you out in the promotion or the Zoom thing in any way possible, that would be good. Why I would say February is, again, why I think, we should try to get it done by then is because, again, the coronavirus situation is, evolving. It's always changing, and, vaccines are, becoming a lot more popular. So, if you kind of delay this out to a certain time too, the webinar might not be as effective. I think, with regards to what we're displaying, the sooner is always the better. Could somebody really quickly loop me in with the promotional thing once again?
Yeah, definitely. So we'll cover it in depth pretty extensively tomorrow, but basically it's going to be just a like presentation Zoom. And so it's just going to tell people, the audience, who we are, what we do, why we're important here, and why they should care about us. So, and like what's in it for them. So it's a solely informational Zoom event, and then it'll be used to build up initial just attention to what we're doing and to future events. And so the entire idea of it really for us is to like get out there and then also to just see how like Zoom events work, because we're going to be running the vaccine event, and then also we can highlight our curriculum and all of that good stuff as well. So it'll be like, if you want to call it like build up hype, it'll be basically that. But I think it'd be like build up manageable hype that we can actually match.
Yeah, sounds good. And, and I know you'll probably cover this again tomorrow, but how are we going to get like eyes onto our promotional webinar too? Is there like a certain target audience we're doing? Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good question. So first off would be just the social media advertising, but then it would be reaching out to Swiftly and following kind of the stuff that Pete said, and kind of giving him the okay, go and help us advertise signal. So we're gonna have a bunch of people helping us like advertise, but at the same time, a lot of what we're gonna have to do is advertising. So it's just reaching out to the people that you know and asking them, hey, would you be interested in coming to this event? So a lot of that we do have to do. Not a lot. Like the audience is anybody. We don't like anybody. So obviously there are those people that we are going to reach out to. And then a lot of the work is like what we have to do of just reaching out to the people that we know.
Yeah, Zach, I wanted to ask you something too, right? Maybe because I know, Zach, you have a pretty good contact with the QV area too. You used to go to QV, and you know the area. I mean, you know the people pretty well too. Is there like a way you could, promote something, through that way too?
I can ask around. I can ask some of my friends that go to QV.
Yeah, so we'll just cover all of that tomorrow, and then just really go over the presentation, make sure we got like the important points down, and then we'll just start advertising. We'll have a good plan. All right. Is that all for today?
I have one thing I want to say. Jonathan, I have a bit of experience with Adobe Premiere. If you ever need any help with editing anything, I can offer it.
All right. Yeah, appreciate it, bro. Usually like what I use is just iMovie, but I've never tried that. So if it's like better, I'll definitely look into it, and then I'll let you know if you need help. But I appreciate you offering for me. I'll definitely check it out.
You, Jeremy, I wanted to mention one more thing too, with the Makai's mom and that school thing too. Did he want to, go over and mention something about it too?
Yeah, I'll be reaching out to her and hopefully setting up an interview first and seeing where that goes. Yeah.
Also, Jeremy, I got a quick question. So for the webinar, I just want to make sure I'm getting this right. So, like the first one that we're doing is you said we're doing like just a local audience, like Sweekly audience, and then the vaccine one that we're doing after that's when we like try to get like as many people as we can.
So I'd say like both of them we're gonna try and get people
Oh,
in.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Because the first one is really we can use it's like a tool, you know? So it's like we can use it to gauge what these events are gonna look like in the future and also just really put ourselves out there and say, hey, this is why we're here and this is why you guys want an organization like how this is why you guys like as in the audience can use us. So it's like it's really to build up that initial hype. um we can tool it's just a tool.
Okay, perfect.
Sweet. All right, I'm happy we got a ton of stuff done. I feel like the one Wednesday it really kicked in and we're getting stuff done now. All right, I'm gonna give the quick sum. Y'all feel free to like turn cameras off, on, doesn't matter. Put like mustaches on. I know Mila just got that. So like do whatever
Yeah.
you want with that.
Wait 1 second. This is important. This is the highlight of my day. I can have a daisy.
Hey,
Okay, you can do the video now.
all right, sweet. All right, so our weekly summary this week, we did a lot of good interviews, set up something with Carrie Miller, who she's saying that she's going to help us pilot something in the future. And then we're also going to plan out 2 important events. And we're going to have a curriculum meeting this Sunday and a promotional advertisement event meeting tomorrow that'll really iron out some baseline on like our scheduling and our calendar dates. And then we're also talking about revamping how we do management meetings by making them more productive and also more discussion based with a little more kind of icebreaker stuff, just fun stuff twinkled in between. We're also thinking about adding just a couple of apps to Slack, maybe some productive ones like the Monday.com one, and also some other ones that we can kind of use to clear our minds for a bit. So feel free to play around with those in the random channel and the management channel. And that is all for this week.